beyond the vows, where the truth gets real. Faith and love, yeah, that's the deal. WC and Maria, bringing that glow. Tuesday nights is the show you gotta know.
Love ain't a moment, it's a movement we found. Beyond the vows, where the real talk sounds. From single to married, decades deep. Together we rise, where the promise is key.
Lessons in laughter, faith in the mix. Every story a bond, every challenge a fix.
SKST,
Tune in, don't be late.
7 p.m.
Fan trail,
Let's elevate. So come vibe with us. Take a seat, take a bow. We're diving deep beyond the vows.
Well, hello. Oh my God. I'm so excited to see you all. Oh my God. Y'all look who we got today. That's my girl. This is my sis, Kami Grayson. You know, we always talk about her. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Oh my goodness. It's so good to have you on today. Welcome to the Beyond the Vows podcast. And I'm your host, Maria Brown. This is my co-host today.
I'm Kami Grayson.
Yes, you know, we always talk about her. Anybody that want to do a podcast, this is the one that you need to contact, because I'm telling you, she'll put you on. She's so gifted in everything that you see on Beyond the Vows, as far as the music, as far as the graphics. This young lady got it all. I'm telling you, you have got to call. You've got to call. You've got to come in. And you just got to sign this contract. Okay? Let's do it. All right. And you know, she's allowing us to be able to share our story, you know, with you, our audience. And we're just so excited on today. Anything you want to say, Miss Karen?
I just want to say, listen to my sister here. You know, she's the bomb.com. And thank you for being people that's watching her show and giving them support and following them. We appreciate it. Really do.
God knows, I'm just so grateful on today. I just want to say thank you to the audience of Beyond the Vows. I'm telling you, you guys are just incredible. Thank you so much again for your prayers for my husband. He is getting better, however, but he is still out for the count for a little bit.
So you get to have girl stuff going on.
Yeah, so us girls, you know, last week we were talking about marriage and starting all over and dating. And so, you know, today it's us girls again. You know, hope I can get some guys to come in so we can, you know,
balance it out a little bit.
Yeah. I want that kind of balance, because I want to be able to reach other audiences, you know, because I want them to understand that it's not just a one gender or one age thing.
Right.
Love is universal. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Before we go into our podcast, I do want to talk about our sponsor, which is the deafchild.org. These children are born deaf, and you know, they have people coming in and helping them and teaching them how to communicate. And if you all don't know about, you know, how important communication is, it's very important. So the deafchildhope.org, we ask that you would just go to that particular site, and you know, you'll see the vision of the deafchildhope.org. They're doing a wonderful job at teaching these young people how to communicate. And like I was saying before, I didn't realize that in Africa there's so many different dialects.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's different. So you have to teach them
different types of sound languages. Right?
Yes, you do. And you have to be well educated, of course, with that. But, you know, if you all can just help out and reach out to them, let them know that America does love them. Okay. I appreciate you so much. All right. let's get back in the mood of things. We're going into Beyond the Vows.
Okay.
It's us girls today.
Yay.
And we're going to do some girl talk on today. And you know, there's something I really want to talk about today. And I want to talk about love. Like I was saying earlier, love is a universal thing. And it's all about, it's not what you give, but it's what you do. Because a lot of times, us women, I know for myself, I'll speak for me, I'm not a materialistic person. If it's something I want, I can get it myself. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But to receive love is more important than just giving things, you know?
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
How do you feel about it?
Well, no, I'm kind of like, I'm a giver, you know, so I'm one of those people that if I don't have to give, I feel bad because I'm a giver, you know, I like giving. And it's funny though, because sometimes people flip the script on you and you don't know how to receive. So I'm one of those people. I have a heart because I'm like you, I buy for myself. You know, there's nothing you can buy me that I can't buy myself.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm appreciative when people do things for me. Like I got a pair of beautiful earrings for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
You know, it was really sweet. And I thought, oh my goodness, somebody got me something for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And I don't have a Valentine.
Oh. Okay.
So to be able to, you know, to receive a gift, I thought that was really, really sweet.
Oh my God. And you never know who's looking at you or thinking about you. And then when you receive that gift, that means more than anything. You know, you all know that my husband had surgery, so there's not really much that we could have done on Valentine's because, you know, he really can't sit a long time. So he always have to lay down. So I was like, I had to put my little thinking cap on. So, okay, what are we going to do? So I said, well, maybe we have a nice little dinner, which we did. And I went to Twisted Crab.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, went to Twisted Crab, ordered us something to eat.
Okay.
And then I went to Dunkin' Donuts and got the heart-shaped donuts.
That's so
you
sweet.
know, we had a little bottle of, you know, bubbly
to
go along with that. And it was just so sweet, you all. It was really, really sweet. And I'm just so glad. And I know it may sound crazy. I know I'll probably get it for this, but spending that time with my husband while he's on convalescent means so much to me.
Yeah.
Because it seems like we're just really connecting all over again.
No,
and I don't know
that's
for
so
some
sweet.
of y'all
Yeah.
married people, sometimes we're so busy in the hustle and the bustle of life that we don't take the time out to spend time with each other. And that is something that is needed. I don't care how much you work or how much you try to pay these bills, all that is fine. But when you have somebody that you love and you really want to spend that time with, you got to make time for them.
Yeah. Well, they say people make time for what they want.
Hey, that's the truth. But you got to make time for them because they're important. Because at the end of the day, who's going to be there for you when you're sick? Who's going to be there for you when you're in the gutter somewhere? Who's going to help pull you out? That woman or that man?
There you go. You're right.
And speaking of relationship, I was talking with Kami earlier on today about, what was it?
The girl
Valentine.
The girl Valentine. What's it called? Galvantine. Galvantine or something like that.
Yeah. I saw that on Facebook, y'all, and I was so intrigued. The reason why I was so intrigued because, you know, you get these, I guess it's with whether they married or single, I guess, right?
Yeah.
They were coming together. They had this beautiful spread of cheeses and dips and crackers and chicken.
And their PJs, looking all cute in different colored PJs.
Yes, and just enjoying each other, enjoying their time, maybe playing different games, taking pictures, taking selfies, maybe doing a little karaoke or doing a little TikTok dances or whatever. And I thought it was the most sweetest thing that you can do because, you know, let me tell y'all something. For you all that have sisters and brothers, it's so important that we have those connections. And it's nothing like a sister. They don't always have to be blood. And sometimes the ones that not blood are the closest ones. Right?
That's right. That's
so,
right.
I mean, so how do you what I want to say? How do you deal with sisters that you have?
The extended sisters
Yeah.
or the real sisters?
Both.
Both. Okay. So my extended sisters, I'm, you're never too old to get family in, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
And so since I've been here 7 years, and I really, really proud to say that I have 2 ladies that I really can call sister here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you are one of them.
Oh,
And you're one of them.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
No,
God.
thank you. And then I have another sister that I love, which is Tawana Golson.
Mm-hmm.
We're not that close, but because she's one of those, I'm busy and I'm doing all these things. But if you need her, she's there for you.
Wow.
If you can make that phone call, she was like one of the first ones to really welcome me in
Mm-hmm.
when I moved here. And so she was just a blessing, just like you and Will are to
Mm-hmm.
me, just a blessing. So you 2 ladies are my real sheroes that I call my sheroes. And then so with that being said, but when I go home, I do have 2 sisters,
Mm-hmm.
but we're all estranged. We're different states and things like that. But I do have sister cousins too.
Okay.
And when I go home, I have sister cousins. And like we went and saw Wicked when I went home not too long ago, and we had so much fun. And it's just like we could pick up the phone. We don't have to talk every day. We could pick up the phone and we just enjoy ourselves, talk about what's going on with the family, or just laugh a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gone for a while,
Right.
And then my best friend, my BFF, she's been with me since 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I do have sisters. It might not seem like it, and I'm here, basically alone. And so I have a couple adopted sisters, and I do have adopted brother here too.
Mm-hmm.
I have adopted brother here too. So it's hard at times,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, people come through for you.
That's a blessing.
People come through for you. It is a blessing.
It is,
It
and
really is.
that's why I emphasize, even with my own kids, when you have sisters and brothers, it's important that your relationship is tight, because basically it's all that you all have.
Exactly.
Unless they have friends that are just like sisters or brothers outside of the family, but it really is important that you guys stay together, stay connected. But I just love the fact that that particular Galvin time. I think I'm saying it right. If I'm wrong, y'all forgive.
I think it's Galvin time. GAL, like gals. Galvin time.
End times.
Yeah.
Right. That is just like the most. I think it'll be the most fun, because you never know what people are going through.
Yeah.
Especially, we just came from the holiday of Valentine's, and a lot of people don't have Valentine's because of whatever circumstances that they may be going through. Divorce, separation, or somebody dying, or they just don't have anybody.
Or just plain single.
Right. Yeah. Or just plain single. But it's just so important that we show love.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even though it doesn't matter if you're single or not, that that you show love to each other. And then there are some that are not what you call it. I don't know the best word to say it. I just say it the best way I know how. There are some people that really don't want to be bothered with other people. They just want to stay to themselves, which is fine. That's what you want to do. But love on yourself. Have that self-care that, like we was talking about on last week. Take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your finances, take care of everything that you need concerning you. Yeah. So
it makes it work.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely.
So what's important to you as far as relationships between you and your sisters? It could be biological, or it could be your sisters outside of your family.
I think the crazy thing is with me is I'm always doing something. I always got these ideas, and I'm always going places or doing things. I've just been the boss since birth. I just been my own shero since birth. And so for them to be able to corral me in and support the crazy things that I do, my ideals, and seeing them come to life, and the support that they give me, I think that's really cool. When you go home and you don't have to worry about having a hotel room, because like, I'm picking you up from the airport, and or I got an extra bedroom. Why are you getting a hotel room? To have someone say that, it's amazing, because I don't really have that. And this last visit home, my cousin is, got a house and everything. She's been a career in the Air Force, military, something like that. And so she's home, and so that's another sister that's home now. And so, the other cousin's married and all that stuff. So, I don't like imposing and going to people's homes and stuff like that.
Why not?
I just don't. I don't. When I don't visit when it's a couple. I don't do that. I'm just one of those women that I don't believe in. And we can go places, we can do things, but your home is your sanctuary. And I feel like y'all can do whatever y'all want to do in your home. Let me go get a hotel room if I can afford it. I'm just that way. I'm just funny that way. I'm the same thing. When I have a man, a husband, or whatever, I don't want women around my man and my husband. Oh, well, of course. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't care who you are. You could be my sister. We can get you a hotel. If I got that person there,
I got you.
Now, if I'm, I always keep a guest room. So if I'm not in a relationship and that person's not there, you're more than welcome. Or if my man don't live with me, you're more than welcome.
Now that makes logic sense.
And so I'm that way. So I reciprocate that way.
That's good, because I'll tell you, some of these women out here, I just don't understand. They look at your man and they salivating all in the mouth and just, oh my God, they be doing some crazy stuff. And it's crazy. I don't understand. How can you call yourself my sister, but you want my man?
Yeah, that women are like that. I'm sorry, women are like that, and so that makes it hard. Yeah. So to me, I feel like everybody has boundaries. Yeah. And I respect that. And the thing is, even if I got a guy friend, and he's married or in a relationship, I like to embrace her as well, because I want her to understand and know me too. Right. Don't dislike me because I'm friends with your husband or whatever. I'm never going to disrespect you, and be nice to me, because I might share something with you that you don't know.
That's true, but I just think it's so important that we as women, we have to understand that and respect each other's boundaries. Exactly. Because you don't want me going after your man, so don't go after mine. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I mean, I just don't even understand that when there's plenty of fish out here in the sea. There you go. All you got to do is pull your rod, put a bait on it, and reel it back in. There you go. That's all you got to do. And if you're scared to do that, you need to ask somebody, all right, so that they can help you, because it don't make no sense. I'm telling you, sisters, don't do that. Yeah. Don't come after somebody else's husband. That ain't right, because I'm telling you. Now, look, some of them sisters you don't want to mess with, because they will cut you. Yeah. Okay? Yeah, they sure will. Audience, I'm telling you, y'all, please don't do that. Don't do that to your sisters. And even the men, don't do that to your brothers. Yeah. Don't go after your best friend's wife or your best friend's girlfriend.
And they do it all the time.
All the time. So. And it doesn't make any sense. If you all don't want to be together, then don't be together. Yeah. But then don't go after the one that just left your best friend. That ain't cool.
That ain't cool at all.
Not at all.
But you see it all the time. It is. And so I'm just one of those firm believers, if I'm not going to do it. I mean, it was the cutest guy here. Oh my gosh, when I first moved here. Okay. Ooh, fine. Okay. So you got a good position, Well, I liked him, and he made this comment to me. He said, "Too bad you're leaving, because my job moved me from state to state. Right. Just so happened I decided to stay." And so he was like, "Too bad you're gonna be leaving. I don't want to get in a relationship and you're gonna be leaving." And so I took that to heart. Wow. Yeah. So we became friends. It's okay, because I was probably going to be leaving, and he's right. You don't want to, start something you can't finish. And so my position, where it's like, you never know if you're going to be here a year or 2 years, you just never know how long it's going to last. So we became friends, and he ended up being one of my tenants. And then at that point, I don't date tenants, I just can't. No. I don't date my tenants. I have these rules, Too
many rules.
Too many rules. Yeah, you're right. But you know what? God gave me these rules for a reason. Because when I decided to stay, I thought, you know, and I'm not at that job anymore.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He was married.
Oh.
That whole time.
My God.
I had to find out in a crazy way. It wasn't that she knew anything or it wasn't like that. It's just that so happened being a business professional. When I first started my business, we were in this office space and they wanted to see what we had, and they invited us to come to their building, and come to happen, she worked in that building. She wasn't there, but someone said, "Oh, you're the manager over at this place. Oh, da-da-da-da's husband has a building over there."
Wow.
So this whole time I'm at my business is in the building that this lady's in. And
you had no idea.
I had no clue. And then when the staff gave it away. And when I found out, glad, thank God nothing happened. Right. But I still was kind of like, wow, what if it would have happened?
Right, but why wouldn't he say something?
Never said anything. And I should have did my research because I normally do my research. But I didn't see a ring or anything. So, yeah. But, again, like I said, I cut it out from the beginning, and that was fine. I'm glad I did because still a great guy. He's smart and articulate, and his wife, I've never met her, don't know how she looked, but I did kind of let him know, hey, you working with children, give them something to look up to.
Exactly.
He said that makes a lot of sense, and that's pretty much how we left it now, just good friends.
Well, that's good, but still, why didn't he say anything? That's the thing. That I don't.
Well, we know why, because he wanted some, probably.
But it still don't make any sense. You got the whole package at home, and then you're gonna go out and then.
Yeah.
What's the need in flirting with somebody else when you got somebody that you got to flirt with already? You know what I mean?
But a lot of people are big flirts too, though.
Yeah, they have a lot.
They don't even really mean any harm, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I've met a lot of guys that just really flirt.
But I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I get offended. You know why? Because they know that I'm married, right? I get offended because, if anything, respect. I just think that is so important. And how does that look, me as a married woman flirting with another man? Because in his mind, he's like, oh, so that's the way she is. So maybe I can get in there. Yeah. Baby, I ain't never playing that card. Okay. Never playing that card, because what happens is, temptations start to come in there. You start wondering and stuff, and sometimes some people go by what they feel. Yeah. Am I lying, sisters? I know some out there that done it. Come on. Yep. You go about what you feel instead of stopping that temptation. Right. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm not saying that temptation is not going to come, because it will. But you got to be in control. You got to have some form of discipline. You got to have some type of coops about yourself. Like, okay, no, because if that was you, would you want that to happen to you? No, sister, I can't do that, because I just cannot. Yeah. But I do get offended, very much so, and I get such an attitude. They think I'm trying to be funny, or they think, oh, you think you are that? No. It's just that I have boundaries, and I have some form of respect for myself. So I'm not even going to go there with you. Because it's only one thing that you want. I ain't got time for that. I got a man at home. Right. I mean, even me, I don't have a man at home, for say, but I'm just picky now. I'm to the stage in my life. So for those who don't know, I am single by choice. So I don't get it twisted. I'm single by choice, and then I'll tell you the main reason is because, like I mentioned before, I'm in a whole different state. And at first, I've been here 7 years this January. And at first, I didn't know if I was going to stay or not. And then I started developing my business. And so for those who don't know, I do have pretty much 3 businesses. I am a published author. I am the mother of Jada's Amazing Adventures, on top of a couple more books. I am a graphic designer. I do own the Kami Grayson PR agency.
and I do own this beautiful studio, SKST Radio Network and Podcast Studios, and we have made 4 years.
All right.
4 years.
Yeah. 4 years. Yes.
And so 4 out of my 7, I've been, doing this and trying to live the dream and making it happen. So I'm full time now here at the studio, and I'm working freelance. I'm doing freelance work with a PR agency. And so it's been a lot of work, and it's been hard, and it's been a struggle for those who don't know, and thinking that, we make it look easy, but it's not that easy, And so I'm grateful now not to be in a relationship, because sometimes I'm up here to 9 and 10 o'clock at night. Sometimes I have to get the graphics ready just right, or reset another room, or we do sets for people. So it's a lot of work, and a lot of times it's me boots on ground. I'm grateful that we have Dr. Ron. We had Dr. Ron, who recently retired from us, but then we have Arthur, and then our offline staff. Our president, Tony Thomas, he is in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
So he's engineering and running stuff from San Antonio, Texas.
Wow.
And then we have our Beats by Bro component, and that's Mike Ice, and he's in Oklahoma.
And I'm telling you, they do a marvelous job. I don't know if y'all heard the Beyond the Vows thing. God, I feel so much in love with it, and it's just amazing. Oh my God!
I'm glad you like it.
Well, I'm so glad that you love what you do, because it shows.
Oh, thank you.
It shows in the building. It shows in all of the graphics, and everything that you love. I mean, when Kami puts her hands on it, y'all know it's love. I'm telling you, you have got to. I'm telling you, if you're interested in the podcast, telling your story, whether it's in a book, or whether it's your own personal journey, or anything like that, man, I'm telling you, gotta call 757-391-4352. Call and you talk to Kami, because she is the one that will get you on and help you to be successful in your own business. Okay, now I will say it's gonna cost some pennies, but if it's worth it to you to get your story out there, come on. We'd love to have you here.
Absolutely.
Love to have you here. So, y'all, we're going to take a few minutes for a little break, but we will be back with Beyond the Vows, and we got a little more girl talk. I hope that you all join us. Thank you so much thus far for hanging in there with us. We love you, and we'll see you in a few.
All right.
Where the waves rise high, they magazine we lift and amplify. Stories of love, of strength, of pride. Giving back, standing tall, side by side. We are the rhythm, we are the voice. Community rising, making bold choice. On short drive, we shine, we soar. They magazine, forever, evermore.
All right.
All right, we are back. Beyond the Vows. I'm your host, Maria Brown, and my co-host today is
Kami Grayson.
All right, now we're going to get back to this girl talk.
I love it.
Yes, we're talking about love. We're talking about relationships and all that good stuff. And I hope that you all can understand where we're coming from a girl's point of view.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's so important, y'all, that we love each other, and us women, we got to stick together. We got to be each other's
support system.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That is so important. And I lost my sister. It's been over 20 some years ago. But let me tell you something. I wish I did have her here with me. I wish I did have her here. Because I go back and I think about all the things that we did together. I remember when I first got married for the first time, she did my bridal shower.
Aww.
She did when I got pregnant for the first time. She did the baby shower. I mean, and my sister was a cosmetologist, so
She made sure
she
you look good.
Let me tell you something. Girlfriend, she was the first one that bought her own car, a Honda. She was the first one that had her own cell phone. I mean, and she was like, and everybody was coming to her to get their hair done because my sister was the bomb.com, and I never had to worry about getting my hair done. Girl had me slayed, okay? Every week she had me slayed. But anyway, I'm so glad that we have such a great relationship, and because of that, she ended up buying a house beside me.
Oh wow!
Can you believe
that's
it?
Amazing,
girl. So it was nothing for her not to be that close. I didn't realize how important my relationship with her was going to be. I didn't realize our connection would be so close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did not realize that at all until when she passed away. That was just so devastating to me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I said I would not allow anybody else to have that kind of space with me. Because I wanted to honor her, but I know she didn't want me to be without that. That sister bond. So my guest last week, Sharice, that's the one that came in.
Yeah, she was nice too. I liked her.
And she stayed right there with me, and she been through everything with me, with all of our kids, and oh my God, that sister bond, y'all, is so important, whether they're blood or not. Yeah. I got your back, you got mine. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's how it's supposed to be. Exactly.
And brothers the same way with you. You have your sister's back. You have your brother's back. You make sure that you all take care of each other. Woo! Lord have mercy.
I think of that Kevin Hart. Now, when you supposed to have my back. When I'm looking at you like this, you remember that little thing? Kevin Hart was like, "You supposed to be my friend. You supposed to have my back." And that's pretty much what it's all about, right?
It is.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. So I'm so blessed that I do have a brother. He's my baby brother, but he act like he my daddy. He does. But you know what? This is one thing I can say about him. Now, he lives in Maryland, and he is single, but every time I come to Maryland, all of his friends, they come together and they have this big smorgasbord. I'm telling you.
Oh, wow.
Food, and these men be cooking. I mean, they cook like my grandma. I'm like, David. And one year, I'll never forget when I came down, I told all of his boys, I said, listen, I can't thank y'all enough for being my brother's support, because it's just my brother and myself. Our parents are no longer here. So it's just my brother and I, but they held it down. When I couldn't come, they were there. Wow. And that meant so much to me. And so I wanted to give homage, and honor them and saying that y'all just don't know if y'all ever lost anybody, especially a brother or sister.
It's hard.
It's very hard. But when you have somebody that is still there, that you can still connect to, like my brother and I, we're still inseparable, but he still act like my dad. So daddy left me in charge. Left you in charge of what? I'm grown. I came first, But anyway, I still love that bond.
Right.
It just means so much.
Right.
It really, really does.
Yeah, it's amazing how people get into those relationships and you don't realize what it is until, like, some people are gone. Sometimes you don't realize how much that person meant to you until they're gone. So what you're saying now, it makes a lot of sense, and it's to tell our audience here that you do need to love on your family members. You really do need to love on your family members, because they might not be there always.
And something that I told my husband today, I said, I wish I had the wisdom and the understanding of marriage like I have now. I wish I would have had it at the beginning of our marriage, because I feel like this, on my first marriage, y'all, thought that I really understood what marriage was about.
No.
I mean, I was just so out of water with what I thought marriage was and how I was going to be and how it was going to be. And when I got into it, really got into it, it was not all that I thought that it would be.
Yeah.
And it was kind of disappointing, but my marriage did not work.
Yeah.
The first one did not work at all. And I'm like, God, what is it going to take? What is it going to how am I going to function? And it was so many things that God had to do on the inside of me, because there were some things that I was causing. There were some things that I was lacking. Because sometimes people want to look at the other person. A lot of times you need to look at yourself.
Yeah, look in that mirror.
Look in the mirror. See whatever's out of place.
Exactly.
And God he has a tendency to show you you, and you got to be so open to it. I was listening to a podcast the other day. Podcast is called Married for Real, and this couple, they were married. They're still married. It's been over 28 years, if I'm not mistaken. And they've gone through some of everything you could think of in the book. They've gone through, but they were able to come out victorious on the other side. And while the question was asked to them, what is it about marriage that will make you all come together or make it stay besides your foundation being God? And the young lady was saying, me being able to be vulnerable with my husband, and then he being able to be vulnerable with me. Sometimes vulnerability is a hard thing for some people to be, but honestly, when you get into a marriage, you're stripped. You really are. You're stripped of your whole self. Your spouse is gonna see the good, the bad, and the ugly, in between, and all the sparkles and all that all that other stuff.
Yeah.
They're gonna see all those things. You got to be able to be willing.
Yeah, to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I've been married 3 times. My first marriage was my high school sweetheart, and I loved him to death when we were in high school, when the kids stuff, right? But when we grew up, when we grew up, it just didn't work out because he ended up sleeping around and ended up with children the same age our baby was.
Oh, wow.
And so that was horrible. That was a disaster because we grew up like my grandparents. They was married for over 50 years. So that was my role model, so to speak. So you thinking you're gonna get married, you're gonna have this picket fence, and marriage is all about this, and and then of course my grandmother had these old rules, because I'm smart and I'm competitive, and I'm that person. I'm not gonna let you win because you my man. You got if you want to win this chess game, you're gonna have to learn how to play. Hey, if you're gonna win. But my grandmother used to always say, no, let him win sometimes. But I didn't like that. I never was that person to dumb myself down for a man. So I didn't grasp that. I just didn't, because I didn't like it. And it's just me, And so you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to try my best to do the best I can to do it, to prove you wrong. That's been me all my life. And the second marriage, which was my son's dad, that was the quickest marriage I ever seen in my life. The judge gave us an annulment, and boom, we were done. How
long was that?
Oh, girl, we stayed married. I think we before we got married, it was probably a year, and then after a year we got married, and after that, honey, it was over. It was over. So we got married Christmas Eve, and by New Year's we were done. New
Year's of the following year or the
same year. We were done. He didn't come home. He did not come home.
Y'all didn't date or anything like that?
We dated. That's what I said. We dated about a year. And then when we got married, it was a whole different story. Because he was living a double life. And so, yes, this whole entire time, he had been seeing this other woman. In fact, he was living with the other woman when he moved at my house. And I didn't realize that he was a compulsive liar. He was just a compulsive liar. So after
That's got to be devastating.
it really was. So the judge said, you know what, we're giving her an annulment, and so that's what happened. I got an annulment, and that was the end of marriage number 2.
Wow.
So number 3, loved him, loved him, loved him, but he and my daughter didn't get along, and so he stooped to a 16-year-old's level, and he just did some stuff that I probably wouldn't see an adult doing. And so he ended up, and just crazy. It was crazy our last day, and I can always remember like it was yesterday. But he did some crazy stuff. He bought everybody in the house Christmas gifts, piled them on. I mean, my son, he loved my son, and he was a white guy. Like Southern was white, and so he piled on the gifts, bought my son all kinds of gifts, bought my niece who was at our house all kinds of gifts, bought my nephew all kinds of gifts, bought me all kinds of gifts. Now keep in mind, I'm a gift giver anyway. So my kids had plenty of gifts. So they didn't want 40 gifts, but he didn't buy my daughter a gift. Not one. Because she was hard-headed teenager, doing what teenagers do, and she didn't like him. There's no he was not her dad. My second husband, he was not her dad. So she didn't like anybody. That's just the way she was. That's just the way she was. She didn't like anybody. So they ended up getting into like a fight, and I had to call the police and everything. And after that, I was done because I can't choose my daughter or my husband. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so here I am with this little boy, my son at the time. He was, I think, probably 3 or 4. And so here I am with my son. So I ended up sending my daughter to her dad. And me and my son moved away. And we left him pretty much. And that ended my 3rd marriage. And so I've been just like, haven't found the right person since then. Haven't found the right person since then. It's got to be something. So yeah, it's been hard. It's been hard trying to make it. But you know what? When you're a single parent with kids, maybe there's no handbook, right? And I don't bring people around my kids. So my kids didn't get to meet these people really until we were married or close to being married. You know what I mean? So I didn't give them that opportunity to bond, in which if I would have done that now at my older age, I know now, if I would have done that, we probably could have seen it before we got married. Right. That my daughter didn't get along with anybody. I didn't get that at first, but now, after looking back, I got it. Right. She wasn't gonna. No one was good enough. No one was her dad, and so she was that way. My daughter was that way. My son was always the sweetie.
Do you think that because of the divorce that it affected her in a way that she didn't know how to handle it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She was a baby. When her dad slept around, so I left him when she was a baby. So I think she missed that, daddy's little girl thing. I think that was what was going on with my daughter. She needed counseling, and she really wanted that love from her dad. And it never was about me. I felt it was always about her dad, but she always took it out on me. She was that type of child. So at the end of the day, you know what? She's grown, right? And so after that 16, when she was 16 and that incident happened, it was just trying to mend and keep what we had.
Did that work out?
It worked out to a certain extent, but she's still the same way. She's gonna always feel that way. I'm always blamed for leaving her dad, and that's just the way it is.
Wow.
And so, forget the part that you got sisters and, well, no, you got 2 brothers, same age you are. Wow. But you don't put 2 and 2 together when you're thinking like that, And I'm the crazy one too, because I say I'm crazy, but I feel like I'm the giving one. I'm not crazy. I'm giving because I used to babysit her brothers, so she could know who her brothers were. Wow. So I would do that because at the end of the day, we're done. Yeah. It didn't work out. We got to be friends, And so I would babysit. I would let the little boy come over to visit with my daughter. and spend some time, and that way they can know who they are growing
Mm-hmm.
up. They won't go to get married or anything. You know what I mean? Because because you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I used to babysit. her siblings. Yeah, that's the type of person I am. It's just
Woo, child, she's a good one. I don't think I could have done that in your life. Lord Jesus, help me, God. Y'all see what I'm saying? So, some of us can and some of us can't.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not telling you to do what I do. You do what's best for you, audience, okay? Whatever's best for you. But, the kids, they do end up suffering when it comes to,
Those relationships.
Yeah, it does.
It's
That's why
really
I try to pour into my kids, because when they went through it, like my youngest daughter, she just wanted to be with me the whole time. Dad and I were not in the same household. He would have them one weekend, I would have them the next. We was doing wonderful with co-parenting, but this one child did not want to stay where they had. Did not want to. Kept crying and crying until he was like, "Maria, you're gonna have to take her."
Yeah.
Even though it was his weekend, I had to have some. I had to explain to her as she got older, hey, you need time with your dad too.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I will say. My first husband, he is a great father. Oh my God, amazing father. And I never wanted my kids not to have a relationship with their dad, and that was really important to me, that I would embrace them with their dad. Because it's important. Look, I'm telling you, every girl needs her dad.
Absolutely.
Because when my father passed, y'all, oh my God, do y'all know I really had a mental block? I didn't even remember the day. My brother keep trying to tell me. I'm like, no, it happened this day. Maria, no.
That's possible. I did that too with my mom when she passed.
It was crazy, and I mean, it was like my whole world was shaking, because my dad and I just love my dad, and there's nothing like a dad's love for his girl, and it's just like it's nothing like a mom's love for her boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I miss that so much, and just not to have him there. Oh yeah, it just did something to me. So I do understand that. That's why I try to pour into the kids as much as I could, and try to get them to stay connected with their dad, which I'm so glad that they are. Shouts out to their dad for being a great father.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he is amazing. I thank God for him.
Well, the funny thing though, I can say now, my ex-husband turned out to be a good person, a good dad. He ended up even taking in like my niece.
Oh,
he ended up just being way different from when we were young. And like I said, he's my high school sweetheart, so we were young. We were really young. And he's been, we're still in contact right today.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, when Cameron would go with his sister, Cameron was always welcome to go over to his home and stuff. And he just, he turned out to be a real, real good guy. He really did. Good. And so it's hard. It was hard at the beginning because of the mistakes. We all make mistakes. But he ended up being really, really good. And I never was close to Cameron's dad, the Norman. I never got close to him. He's just, but I did get close to his kids. Because I ended up with custody of Cameron's older brother, the Norman husband. The judge asked me would I take the little boy in because his mother was in Saudi Arabia. Wow! So I took him in, and so he stayed with us for a long time because the dad just wasn't a real fit dad, and the little boy did not want to go back with the dad. Yeah, so I ended up. Yeah. And he calls me mama right today. Calls me mama right today.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So is he married with children?
He's married. Well, I don't know if he's still married, but the last that I saw him before I left Dallas, we were communicating on the Facebook a lot. And he has some girls, some cute little girls. And I think he was going through a divorce the last time I talked to him. And so we recently got back. I just saw him again on Instagram, I think, and he reached out and because I lost my Facebook account, and so he reached out, and so now we're back in communication. So I got to talk to him. I hadn't had time to talk to him, but yeah, he was my oldest. I got pictures with him and my daughter and my son, and just a family, I mean, that was my extended child. That was my, what y'all call it, bonus baby.
Yeah.
That was my bonus baby. That was my bonus baby.
Good Lord have mercy, girl.
So yeah, Judge asked me would I take him, and I told him yeah, sure.
Good for you, Candy.
So that's just me.
Oh my God, you are giving. Give it, girl. Reminds me so much of my mom. Speaking of giving, my mom was a foster. My mom and dad were foster parents.
Okay.
And every time you turn around, our home was not ours. I don't know about y'all, if there are any foster parents out there. I mean, we are talking about love, but when you give that love to somebody else's child,
Yeah.
and foster care, they don't stay with you the entire time. They're only there for a limited amount of time. So my mom had these kids coming in for a limited amount of time until the court system was ready to release them to their own family. That's what that was. They had to put them somewhere, So in the foster home, they don't stay forever. But my mom, this last one, she had a baby, and she wanted to. Not my mom had a baby, but a baby.
The baby had
was the foster child. And my mom fell so much in love with this child, and we did too. And we felt so much in love with them, y'all. Oh my God, we just knew that she was going to be ours. We took family pictures. We did this and this and this and this. And my mama got that call and said that they're going to come get the baby so the baby can stay with their family.
Oh man, that sucks.
That devastated my mom so much that she just stopped fostering kids because it was just too much for her. But it was such a blessing. That's how my mom really showed us how to love. Because sometimes we think that love comes in a lot of forms, but really being selfless, and really extending your hand to somebody else. That's what it's all about.
But it happened to me too, though. I mean, I had people that helped me get through. I lived on the other side of town. I mean, not even that town. I lived across the water, as I'll say. And so I went to go to school with the black kids. Now, I grew up in a white neighborhood. So I wanted to go to school. They bused the black kids to my neighborhood.
Wow.
And so when they did that, I mean, I enjoyed having some black kids around,
right.
And so I wanted to go to school with them. And so my mom lived in that area, but my grandparents raised me. My grandparents were my parents. And so I caught the city bus to school every day.
The city bus?
The city bus.
Well, how expensive was that?
My grandparents paid it. I mean, I had car fare on the edge of the table every morning. I had car fare. That's what my grandfather would call it, car fare. Have my lunch money and my car fare. But I had, I was captain of the swim team for the girls. And then there was a boy, his name was D.R.C. Taylor. He was the captain of the swim team for the boys.
She would remember that name.
Well, of course. My coach kind of adopted us too. The thing about D.R.C. Taylor was we were born on the exact same day.
Oh.
So we were birthday twins.
Okay.
And so we both ended up being the captain of the swim team, and his mom adopted me, so to speak.
Oh.
So she adopted me and let me live with them my senior year. So I didn't have to catch the bus every day to school. So my first class started at 7:30
in the morning.
So the bus ride was an hour bus ride. So I was out of the house at 5 something in the morning to catch the city bus to get to school. So I was on the swim team. So I had practice in the morning. I had choir. I had band. I was in the marching band and the combo band. And that was my life. Metal shop. I was the vice president of metal shop. So I had like a full schedule.
That's like an adult.
From 9th grade all the way up to senior year. That was my life. So if it hadn't been for Miss Taylor, letting me stay with them, it would have been hard. I probably wouldn't have graduated.
Wow.
I probably wouldn't have graduated because I didn't want to go to the all white school. I mean, I didn't. Not knowing at the time it was better education. And that's what my grandma was fighting for. But again, I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to see my black friends. I wanted to see my best friend. You know, we used to write notes and stuff. You know, I just wanted to live life and have fun as a kid, a teenager rather. So, I mean, if it wasn't for people like Mama Taylor, that's what we called her, and now Tony Grant's mother, she adopted me when I was in my 20s. You know, then she ended up being my godmother, and so so I love her a lot too. She's, you know, been there for me. Just that voice, you know, when I need something, I need to talk or want to cry about something. You know, she's been there for me, and so it takes people like us to, you know, take people in, because people did that for us. You know, me especially growing up and being who I am, because I could have easily given up trying to go to school, finish college, you know, all this with a baby on my hip now at this point. I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have made it without the help, you know.
And, you know, it's crazy because when you was talking about that, was it Christmas time? My brother was telling me that one of the kids that my mom had fostered, his name is Michael, right? He had contacted my brother and told him, man, yo, we got to get together. And he lives in DC. And I was like, oh my God. My brother called me and he gave me Michael's number, and I called Michael. Michael said, Maria, you've always been my sister. Oh my God. Do you know what that did to me? I did not know. He said, Maria, he said, I've always looked up to you. I was like, me?
See, you never know.
You just never know. And so I'm just so excited because I can't wait. I got to call him tonight just to see how he's doing. But it just blesses me so much that we still can have that kind of connection.
Absolutely. So love has been. I feel like I'm very much loved. You know, relationships is not that important when you're trying to get yourself together, right? And so I feel like I've lived my best life, and I'm still living it. You know, I really do. Even when I'm at my lowest, I'm grateful for every little blessing that I've been receiving. And so, girl, I'm driving 2 of my favorite cars.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I live by the beach.
Come on.
And I got my own business.
All right now.
Not bragging. That's just a statement.
That's just what it is.
That's just what it is.
And so, when you are a giving person, and when you give, God just opens up the door, just the power back. Whatever you empty, he pours it back into you. So, you know, I know there's a song that we sing in church that's give, and I give it back to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. You don't have no more room to receive all these blessings because of your giving. You know, so audience, on today, we're talking about love, we're talking about relationships and all that good stuff. You know, it's not just about husband and wives. Tonight we're talking about our sisters and our brothers, and just love of our children, love of each other. Y'all, in the time that we are living in today, we need to have that kind of love, because you just never know. You know, some people, they're at their lowest way in life because things didn't pan out to be the way that they wanted to be. So, y'all, we got to learn how to love. And I want to encourage you today, if you need love, reach out.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Reach out. Talk to somebody, you know. Love on your own self as well, because you deserve that. God's given you this life, and it's for you to be, you know, to have it abundantly. It's for you to flourish. It's for you to enjoy. Okay, so
girl,
that's all
that was good.
It was. We talked about love, and I just want to encourage you guys out there. If no one has told you that they love you today, Kami and I, We're standing right here. We're telling you that we love
We
you.
love you.
Yes, we do. I know we may not see you. I want you to be able to feel this love today.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Know that somebody does care about you. And if you're interested in the podcast, like I said, you got to call Miss Kami.
Call me.
All right. Holla at
What
your
they say?
girl.
Call me. Call me.
757-391-4352. And this has been this has been a wonderful little show.
It was.
Talking about love, Beyond the Vows. We love you guys. And until next time, I'll let you go.
Okay. Well, you know what? Thank you, Maria, for having me on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you so much, audience, for seeing us on Maria's show. I mean, I'm loving it.
I am too.
I'm loving it.
I feel like I'm growing and just I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just a different part of me that's been able to come out. Cause sometimes when Will is here, he do all of the talking, not just
She's just sitting there.
But anyway.
But yeah, so she gets to shine. So we're enjoying her couple of weeks that she can shine on her show. Okay, guys. Until next time, this is your show.
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay.
Until next time, we love you here. Beyond the Vows. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Some kind of